Okay, here we go. Got it. Just gonna try to adjust the light here. So spooky. All right, a little bit better. Okay, so here it goes backwards, and there it goes forwards. This is what I've got it on right now. So I'm gonna swap this out, put it on a Fly Sky, the white FSI 6S controller. It's a little bit easier to navigate, and I need some spring functions on this before I can put the dump box on. Otherwise, if I have it sitting down like that, it's just gonna crank on, and if it gets caught on something, it's gonna break it. So I don't want that to happen. Here's the turning. But as far as it turns that way, and then I got turning the other way as well. I do have to be a little cautious of that right now because I don't have any limit switches on that. So I'm gonna put limit switches on that. I'll just do a quick little rundown of what I have done here. So like I said before, if anybody doesn't know, I got this thing from Amazon, and it was must have been a refund from somebody. I think they did a switcheroo on them, and when I got it, there's scuff marks all under there. The battery was dead. I didn't know if the truck worked or not at that point because I didn't have a battery to put onto it, and whatnot. So there was the exhausts are missing, the rear view mirrors are missing. I think there was something else, can't remember. Either way, I sorted it out with them, and then as soon as I did that, I came downstairs, and last night I put a battery. I soldered on a different battery, just a JST battery I had, and I found that the dump was working and the wheels were turning, but the truck wouldn't go forwards or backwards. So I started taking it apart a bit last night just to open it up, and then this morning I decided to go full on into it, and I've done a bunch of stuff to it. So I put new ESCs in it. I still have the original servo in there because hooking up the new servo I was going to do to the arms and stuff like that was going to be a real challenge, to say the least. So I just put a servo into it, and but the problem with that is now I have to put end stops on it so that the wheels will turn before they keep on going and something gets broken. So that's not a big deal. I can do that, and I've done that on a few models so far, so I can probably take care of that. I just need to do it. So yeah, I'll just do a quick rundown of what I've done here on it. It's just become a complete overhaul, and try to explain what I've done just so people can see if they're curious about how to do it. So I don't even know what I did with there's the circuit board. So this was the original circuit board that was in there, and these were what I could hear clicking when I try to go forwards and backwards. So I think one of these or both of them, I don't know if that controlled the drive or not, and the reverse, I really can't tell. It doesn't look like it's burnt out under there or anything, so I'm not sure what happened there. But either way, that came out, and I just did the old faithful Hobbywing 1060s. So like I said, this is actually the one that controls the dump motor. But if I was to turn it on right now, these arms for the dump box are not on anything, and it's likely they're going to get caught and something's going to bust. So I just don't have that hooked onto it right now, but it does go. So for anybody who's interested, on the model there'll be some green circuit boards. They're attached, and those circuit boards, I'm pretty sure, maybe have like resistors on them, or they have end stops and things like that on them. I'm not sure on this because this one just rotates around and around and around and around, so there wouldn't be anything that you'd be worried about stalling on. But either way, I took them all off and just re-soldered the wires onto them, and then I usually buy a big package of JST connectors, and then I soldered one of those ends onto it, and then I soldered this end onto the ESC that goes into there, and then these just have Tamiya ends on them, and I made a little Y sort of harness, I call it, for the power. So I have right here, if you can see that there, that's basically it right there. So it comes from a battery. That's the one plug that goes to the one ESC. That's the one that goes to the drive. And then that smaller one there is actually going to the servo. that turns the wheels. So that's what's all happening there. And then I run it on a FlySky receiver. That's now the on-off switch for it there. And I've got to do a bunch of tidying up. I'm not sure if I was going to try and make some space underneath now that I don't need that other battery. But I think even like a 2,000 milliamp battery would be fine for that. So I don't have to try and fit that in. I usually use this for my Volvo excavator. But I just put it in there because it had a Dean's connector, and that's what I had when I was trying to solder some stuff together. So that's why I have that on there. But yeah, I'll probably try and just maybe get a 2,000 milliamp or something, see if I can fit it back down below again if possible. And then that way it's just easy accessibility for the battery, and I don't have to worry about taking things apart to get stuff out of there and whatnot. So as for now, the cab's just sitting there. I can probably just pop it off, I believe. Yeah, that just comes off there. So there's some for the lights. I'm not really that great with lights. I have had lights on stuff in the past, and all I've done is just had some little LEDs that I ran on a little tiny coin battery, and to shut it on and off, I didn't have an on and off switch. All I did was just put a piece of paper in between the contact and the battery and break the contact that way, and it shuts the power off to the light. So I could have 2 lights for that, and I could have 2 lights in the back. Would be nice to have some lights on it. That's the original servo right there. I just gutted it and I put a new adapter onto that. And then the part that was going to be really tough to try and adapt to, and it's really kind of hard to see in there right now, but it's that piece right in there. Anyway, yeah, you can't really see in the light. That's just glaring crazy on it right now. So I just ended up using that same servo. I tried using a Tower Pro. It was like 996 servos. I can't remember what they're called. They're a good servo, but like I said, to adapt to that piece that controls his wheels was going to be really, really challenging. Hey, Jupiter. And so I just decided to use this original servo. It mounts in there good, and I'll put some end stops in that will probably make contact with this arm somehow when it turns, and that'll stop the wheels at a predetermined distance. I don't know if it has better turning on it than it did before. I don't know if it does or not. I don't know how far it went in the last time, but it's only limited what it can travel in there, so I kind of feel like it might just be sort of the same as what it was before. It does have a little bit of suspension in the front, but not really anything. There's nothing on the back, so I'm not too worried about that at the moment, although it would be really awesome to have something on there. And then basically I put a big clunk of lead in the back, because whether this thing just got warped or somebody sat on it or it got pushed or dropped on, I don't know. But I'm going to end up cutting that down better. And I'm going to put a bunch of lead in there, because this wheel is kind of not really fully engaging on the ground. I got a little bit of a gap on the plywood there, but I want to get some weight in there and try and get that to sit down better on the ground, so that when it's on the ground, all the wheels are turning. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I got so far. I gotta tidy a bunch of stuff up, limit switch the front, and get it all back together again. But you know, it's alive again, and it's living, and I'm really happy with it. I think it's an awesome looking truck, and I'm really quite pleased with how it's turned out. So yeah, it's doing well, and see if I can try and shoot a quick little video of it. It doesn't turn very well, and it's not so much because of the servo, but it's just the truck itself. It's just not a big wheel turning machine. So let's see what I can do here. Might not even be the best angle, but just gotta get my camera propped up here so it doesn't fall. Let me see if I can do a quick little run video of it here. So this is it going forward. Oh, another thing that's nice about it too is before, with that servo, when you turned it, it always centered back, but now I can get it so that the wheels will stay turned. So it's kind of a nice little extra on there. You'll see what I mean by suspension in a minute here when the back wheel's going off the ground. But oh, hang on, I gotta bit of stuff and get drug in the ground there. But anyways, there it is on the dirt. A little more. Trying to miss my cone. Oh, caught something there. And I don't know if you can even see that, but anyways, I went down there. I'll turn it around in a second. Actually, let's turn it around right now. See it come back up again. Oh, caught one of my cones. Well, it's a bit heavier in the back now with that chunk of lead in there, so I gotta be a little bit careful of how I pick it up. See if I can just do this. It's only rear wheel drive, so oops. See if I can have some better luck. Yeah. I did get it to go that one time. Of course. I would say that. Anyways, there you go. It's driving. It's going. Pretty happy with it there. Nice to see this thing moving a little bit better than it was, because it wasn't moving at all. Yeah, I really want to get some end switches on the steering, because if you start driving towards yourself, sometimes I get a little bit confused as to which way I'm turning the wheels. Anyways, there we go. It's a little bit squishy down below, but anyways, that'll take care of that, so I don't accidentally do some damage to that, because I don't want to break it. But there you go. There's my Western Star rebuild. Lots of things to go, but the primary functions of it are there. It's turning and driving and good to go. So happy to bring it back from the dead. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy, and yeah, I look forward to having lots of fun with this truck. It's a really nice model. I'm happy with it.